Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to show you some stuff that I found in my pantry, and I just want to kind of give you a sense of what I do to really basically decide on what to give my birds. It really comes down to going through your pantry, looking at what you have, or you can just go to the store and pick up things that you find there. But basically, Leah, what are you doing? Basically, what I do is I go looking for the ingredients, okay? And, for example, it's a granola, okay? Now, the question is each ingredient. So you got whole grain rolled oats. We know those are okay. Whole grain rolled wheat, that's okay. Brown sugar was a question I had. Well, I wasn't sure because they said hummingbirds can't have brown sugar, but those are hummingbirds, they're different. So I looked up what brown sugar is made of. Well, brown sugar is made of basically white sugar and molasses. Well, I looked up molasses. Molasses is okay for birds. In fact, it's beneficial. So I guess that's okay. Plus, I tasted this granola, and it's not even that sweet. Hardly at all, actually. So if there's any in here, it's not much. Canola oil, I'm going to research that one. Whey inulin, I have no idea what that is. Look that up. Almonds, we know almonds are good. Non-fat dry milk, that should be fine. It's mild dairy, if any. Whey protein concentrate. Just break down the ingredients. Honey is totally fine because you can go and buy millet-covered or honey-covered millet spray at the pet store. So coconut oil is okay. Sunflower oil is okay. So do you see what I'm saying? You just kind of break it down. You have to just do that. You can't just give your bird anything. I'm telling you. Just process of elimination. So I think I'm probably going to give this to them. It's just your basic. I mean, I would never eat it myself. I like granola, but, I'd rather give it to my birds. And this is that protein pancake waffle stuff right here. This is what I was talking about. I mean, it's just got lots of great stuff in it. Where are the ingredients? Organic pea starch, pea powder, chickpea. It's really good. That's not your normal pancake and waffle mix. I wouldn't recommend going and getting your basic pancake waffle mix because I don't know that it's even beneficial at all, to be honest with you. Unless it's got some special something ground up in it. And then when it comes to noodles, it's basic, Whole grain is better, I think, but if you were just looking at a basic noodle, you think, what are noodles made of? Well, it says it's enriched durum wheat. And then look all this up. I encourage you, look it up. This one has iron, it has I don't know what that is. Riboflavin, I think I'm saying it right. Folic acid, contains wheat. So just break it down. You can find out if you're not sure what it is, if it sounds scientific, look it up. And the noodles, they're really hard. So you don't want to give it to them like this. I recommend softening it. I really do, because even if you were to blend it up into like tiny little pieces, hey guys, those are raisins over there, by the way. They didn't quite take to those. I blended them up and they became sticky clumps. But even if you were to get back to the noodles, even if you were to give them like blended up and they were like really tiny little bits of hard pieces, I wouldn't really recommend it because I feel like it still could be too sharp for their little throat. So soften it. That's your best bet. And they do eat it if it's soft. Hey guys, Jeremy, Leah, which one are you? Oh. Well, let me see. Do you have a dot on your tail? Nope, that's Bluebell. Hey, Bluebell. Anyway, she's named after Bluebell ice cream. That's why I named her that. Because for 6 months, I called her Blue. That one right there. Because I thought she was a boy. And she's one of my white girls, my hens, my breeding hens. Called her Blue for 6 months because I thought she was a boy. Then she started laying eggs. So she became Bluebell. Because why not? She's white like vanilla ice cream. Yeah, anyway. So, and then of course you got basic shelled walnuts. Look at the back. You assume, hey, is it just shelled walnuts? Does it have any salt on it? No, it doesn't. It just says walnuts in it. It may contain tree nuts, but that's walnuts too. So, that's what I'm saying. Look. I have pistachios that are covered in salt, okay? I take their shells off and I literally rinse them off. I'll even soak them in water to get the salt off, and I'll even taste it to make sure the salt has been removed, because really, too much salt is never good. Too much sugar is never good. Too much milk, dairy is never good. Too much of anything, I think, is never great. You have to balance it out. So that's why I'm trying some new things today. Okay? So I thought I'd throw that out there. I mean, please. I have so many birds. There's a reason why I'm doing this. I am, A, trying to give them a balanced diet, and B, I'm saving money. Because I have a lot of things in my pantry that I probably will never use. You know? And why not? I think I'm allergic to walnuts, to be honest with you. I mean, I can touch them and stuff, but I don't eat them. So, and I have lots of bags of this stuff, and it's like a meat in the nut world, basically. It's so high in good fat and protein. It's just so good for them. And they're real happy. They're real happy. So, I'm saving money. Because if I fill this in, if I mix this in with all their other bird seed, can you imagine how much food they're getting and how little bird seed they're using at any given time? So I highly recommend it. Go into your pantry, research it. Don't take my word for it. Just look it up and break every ingredient down you possibly can, because you do not want to poison your bird. Please. I don't advocate for just giving them anything. You have to look it up. And if you don't know what it is, look that up. You know, you can break it down. Like brown sugar, I couldn't really get a lot of confirmed about brown sugar. I couldn't. So I looked up what brown sugar was and how it was made. And then you can break down the ingredients that way. It's just a process of elimination. And I've got birds. Or leaving my aviary because my door's open. But whatever. That's pretty typical in my life. Anyway. So. Alright. Thanks for listening, guys. And yeah, that's raisins. And they didn't take to it. I'm going to leave it there. I'm hoping that maybe if it dries out a bit. Because it is sticky. They're funny about sticky foods. I have noticed that. They can have raisins, though. They can. You just got to get them to be willing to try it, right? It's blended up. So, if they were to pick at it, if they tried to pick at it, they could pull little bits off. Right, Leah? Alright, well, thanks for listening.